Hey, hello guys, and welcome back to the video by me, Pages, and today I'm going to bring you guys my updated review of the SCUF IMPACT controller. If you have been following my channel, you know that I unboxed this and tried it for the first time a few months ago, about 3 months ago on my channel. If you do want to check out that video, it's down in the description, because there I was more detailed about the features and everything about this controller. So if you do want to know that, check out that video before you come over here, because this is basically an updated review after 3 months. Is it still working? Do I still recommend it? And do I think it's worth it to buy this controller? So that's what we're gonna do today. And first of all, if you did watch my last video, you know that I talked about that I don't have a very good experience with SCUF controllers. All my SCUF 4PS and all my SCUF Infinities has usually broke after just a very short time. My worst situation has been 2 months, and my best has been that it's been lasting for 6 months, which is not good enough whatsoever. And usually what happens is that one of the buttons stops working, or the paddle button especially. And when they break, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You can send them back in, get it fixed, and it would take months before you get it back. And then you're so used to using that controller that it's going to be a pain in the ass. And the reason I decided to pick up the SCUF IMPACT controller was basically just to give SCUF Gaming a final chance, because after all my horrible experience, I knew that I was never going to go back to SCUF anymore. But when they announced the IMPACT, I wanted to give it a go. First of all, what I like about this controller is the shape. It's bigger, and you can have 4 paddles on it, but as you can see, I only use 2 because I never got used to using 4, and I don't feel like it's needed. So that is kind of dumb to buy this controller then if you don't want to even use the features it has to offer. But the greatest feature for me was the shape of it. It's a little bit bigger than the normal PlayStation controller, and I really like that because I like the feel of an Xbox controller, but it has the button layout of the PlayStation, basically having the joysticks in line right here. So let's just get to my 3 months review. What do I think about it so far? It's still working. None of the buttons has been... I haven't had any issue with any of the buttons so far. The paddles worked perfectly. The only thing I switched out on this controller is actually the thumbsticks right here, because they wear off really easily. The quality of them are not good whatsoever. But of course now, with the new SCUF Infinity or Impact, you can just take them out and switch them out. So that problem is solved. So I switched out both of the thumbsticks, and other than that, it still works perfectly. The only problem and issue that I hope that won't happen is that, of course, you can switch out the paddles, but usually it's not the paddles themselves that break. It's the button below that they are hitting that register when you jump or melee or whatever you do in the game. If that button itself stops working, you're basically fucked, to be honest, because it doesn't matter how many times you can switch out these paddles if the button underneath it stops working. So that's what I'm afraid of, but so far it's still working perfectly, and I can say after 3 months of use, I do really recommend this controller. If you do like the feel of a normal PlayStation controller, you should probably go for the normal SCUF Infinity, unless, of course, you want 4 paddles. That's the only difference, to be honest. But at the same time, after all my experience with the SCUF Infinities, usually the paddle stops working, at least in my experience. Maybe some of you are more lucky. I've seen reviews out there where people have them and they still are good and never anything has happened. And I've seen other people who has the same experience like me. And since I've gone through like 6-7 SCUF controllers, and all of them has some issues eventually, and I treat my controllers with respect, to say it like that. I just play with them and then put them carefully away. I don't throw them to the wall. I don't throw them to the ground. I don't rage and don't damage them myself, because then I feel like I deserve to get a broken controller. But when I treat them the way I do expect them to last at least for a year. This controller has been working perfectly now for 3 months, and as of right now, I do really recommend it. I love the feel of this controller. So if you like the Xbox feel of a controller, but you want the button layout of the PlayStation, really good way to go here. And of course, if you do want the advantage of having 4 paddles, this is the first PS4 controller who offers that, I will definitely go for the SCUF IMPACT. So I really hope that this controller would last me for at least 7 more months. If this controller are able to survive for a year, I will happily get another one sometime later in the future. Because so far, maybe I've just been really lucky with this one though. I don't know. If I have, that's very unfortunate. Maybe other people has had bad experience with the new Impact, but at least I haven't had it so far. But it's still only 3 months in, but at least it's lasted longer than some of my other controllers. Of course, if anything breaks, you can send them back in and get it fixed and send it back to you, but that takes months before they fix, and I don't think they even prioritize fixed controllers instead of selling new ones. So unfortunately, I like the feature that they're actually going to fix it if there's something wrong, but it takes ages, and it honestly feels like they don't even care about fixing your controller. They're prioritizing other things, to say it like that. But you know what, SCUF Gaming? So far, you've done a great job on the Impact. I feel like it's a better controller and it's the best gaming controller I ever had in my life. I love the shape, I love the way it feels, and in my opinion, it's the greatest gaming controller as of right now. So I do really recommend to pick this up if you do want to have a little bit bigger controller, and of course also have the ability to have 4 paddles. Of course, it has the same features as all the other SCUF controllers, switching out the thumbsticks. You can customize it the way you want on the website, so it's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. But that is my 3-month review of this controller. Let me know what you think down in the comment section if you had any experience with these controllers yourself. I do know they break easily, but this one has been holding up as of right now. I will keep giving you updates on how it's gonna hold up in the future as well, so you know if I still recommend it. And after a year, I will give it my final review if it was worth it or not. But honestly, I love the controller, so as long as it stays alive, I'm more than happy. But alright guys, that was a quick little review for you guys there. Hopefully you did enjoy. This was a very requested video for me to do, so I just wanted to let you guys know how I feel about the controller as of right now. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Pedras. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out.